Let's say a girl.
Very, very.
Very trusting.
No, no.
I am all the way in. I am like,
Okay.
someone texts me, I'm like, I'm in. Let's go.
For
Okay.
myself, Abdi, me, Abdi, Anjan. She said Mane you. It's
Mane is very rude.
rude
What's
one.
happening?
Yeah. Say, for me, it doesn't sweet on my tongue to say.
Mane aing.
I know it doesn't. Yeah. So I was surprised. Like she said Mane. I was like, oh, okay.
Keheto.
People are laughing. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Hey, welcome.
Hello.
Welcome to our bar.
Well, thank you very much. Well,
Okay.
What brings you here?
I'm happy. I wanna celebrate today.
Okay.
Yes.
So, so what's the problem?
No, I don't have any problem.
Why are
came-
you at the bar then if you don't have any problem?
Well, I thought bars are not only for people who has problem. It's somewhere you can celebrate, sit with people, and enjoy a drink maybe.
That's
Do you guys
true.
have drink?
We do actually. Here is a Blue Lagoon.
What?
There you go.
Okay, cool. It's a
Blue
ready
Ocean.
drink.
Yeah, it's one
No,
of our.
no other choice.
No. Well, you
No,
see,
it's
there's
one of
two
our
choices,
two menu.
but you don't get to pick.
No.
It's the illusion of choice.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Illusion of free will.
Illusion of free
I
will,
love
there
the
we go.
first one, coffee lemonade.
Well, too bad.
Do you, you
So
guys
you're
have
getting
this
that
one?
one.
All
Should
right,
have
thank
come last week.
Okay. Smells good. Yeah.
See, this is weird because every guest that we have, every customer we have, they have problem,
That's true.
and you don't. So are you
Well-
here to create one?
No, I'm here to celebrate. That's why I like the drink.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, but I heard you're a content creator, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm here to celebrate the joy I have received from people.
Usually, content creators have a lot of problems.
Yeah.
Okay,
a lot
yeah,
of
it makes sense.
issues.
Makes sense.
Mentally,
All right, all right.
Financially,
All right,
a
all
lot
right.
of
Okay,
things. You
that
know.
that makes sense. Yeah.
But you're completely okay. You're.
I never had any problem with this journey.
This is very new.
I receive a lot of support from people. They say you're doing great.
wow.
What you're doing, we love. And my journey began like 4 months ago.
4 months
4
ago.
months ago.
so you just started becoming this content creator.
Yeah, it was an easy journey, I guess.
Oh, 4 months ago, not enough time to have problems.
Okay,
Not
makes
enough-
sense.
not enough.
It's very brand new.
Yeah, it's very brand. We're not saying that you're gonna have problems.
Okay, yeah.
No, you will.
Hopefully you don't. Hopefully you don't get
I
problems.
hope, finger crossed,
Yeah,
yeah.
fingers crossed you don't get problems.
So you don't get like hate nasty comments.
I love those kind of comments.
you love hate comments?
I receive a lot, and the very famous one I receive a lot is with my name.
Okay.
What's your name?
My handle and on Instagram and TikTok is Kang Bule,
Okay.
and I receive a lot. They say you don't look like Bule. You don't look like Bule. Why do you
Okay.
call yourself Bule? They say you're from Garut. You're from Sukabumi. Yeah, they say a lot. Say I receive that comments a lot. And what else do I receive?
What is the definition of bullet?
Exactly.
what is the
I have always this question. What is the definition of a bule? Being bule?
Why are you asking? Why are
What
you
is the
asking me?
definition of a bullet?
Okay, as a lady, you tell me.
As a lady?
Yeah.
See, because he's a bule.
And he
I'm-
looks okay. I would say we are almost same with the color, and he.
I am also a bule.
Yeah. For
But
okay.
I guess like it's the meaning now just change,
Okay.
right? Like because like people when they say bule, they have like white skin, blonde hair, blue
Right.
eyes.
White dragon. You got it.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Aryan stuff.
Okay.
But like I think like right now it's also kind of like the meaning shifted because like people from India sometimes they call it like bule of India.
Exactly.
Or like
Right.
black bule.
Yes, as long as
Yeah.
you're from outside, they don't call you like. Let's just say somebody outside on the
Right.
street, orang
Yeah.
asing. For me, he's orang asing. I
Yeah.
cannot call him a bule, right?
Yeah.
As an Indonesian, they're Indonesian, orang asing for me. But for me, I cannot call myself on Instagram orang asing.
No, you
handle
can't
bar, right?
because you're not.
I must,
Yeah.
I must find something that suits me well.
Right.
I don't look really bule. I don't have blonde, as you say. I'm
You
not
look
really white.
Italian.
Okay, I receive a lot of questions. Are you from Italy? Are you from a part of America like Chile and all the stuff?
Okay.
Because of the English that I speak, and mostly they don't really watch my full content. And every content I say I'm from Afghanistan because people are curious, right?
Yeah,
I do this kind of content that I go to people, stranger people, and I'm saying, hi, what's your name and where are you from? And then I learn Sundanese from them, or if they speak English well, I speak English with them. Like sort of practicing my English, because in Indonesia it's really hard, especially in Bandung. It's really hard to find somebody to practice English.
So you just go to random people and ask them questions?
Ask them questions.
Two things. First of all, two things about that. First of all, you said strange people, and then you pointed at me. I don't know how to feel about that. You know, like strange people. This guy.
Hey,
I'm like,
you're
wait a minute.
special.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
I would definitely come to you if you're on the street, and I would,
Okay.
because you're very tall. And very absolutely strange. I haven't seen this. How is what's your height?
185.
Dude,
more or less.
I haven't seen an Indonesian 185. Yeah,
I guess true. Yeah, you're too tall for Indonesian.
very strange,
But
right?
no, but like it's weird because I'm so used to that, and then
Okay.
if I go to another country, then
Alright.
And
like, you
you're
know,
like normal.
I'm like kind of normal.
Normal, yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
And I'm
of
like,
course.
wait a minute, I'm not used to this. I'm not saying like being tall is better or anything. I'm
Yeah.
just saying that like I'm so used to
you
like
feel,
people that are shorter than me, you know?
yeah, and
yeah.
you're among people that like they're shorter than you.
Yeah, but then I don't know.
Yeah, of course, but here you don't feel normal because you're very tall and all.
Well,
this
Oh,
stuff.
he never
enjoy it.
normal.
Okay.
Don't listen to her. Don't listen to
He
her.
goes somewhere. It's not
It's not
normal.
normal.
There's something
All
wrong
right.
with it. It's
Yeah,
normal.
For me, I've always wanted to be normal.
To be normal, be accepted by the society.
yes, especially in Bandung,
Right.
because I speak Indonesian. I wouldn't say I'm fluent, but I do understand. When I speak Indonesian, they don't want to speak to me Indonesian.
Really?
They totally ignore me and they speak English.
Maybe they
And-
want to learn their English.
That's true.
Or maybe
they
my,
wanna
my,
improve.
my accent is bad. They don't like the accent.
In Bahasa Indonesia?
Bahasa Indonesia.
Wait, okay,
Yeah.
usually we don't do this, but can you say something in bahasa
Yeah,
Indonesia?
when I-
Coba ngomongin
I-
di bahasa Indonesia.
I speak Bahasa Indonesia like many times. I went to a supermarket and I asked for a specific thing, and they're like,
How
I
do
don't
you ask
understand.
it?
How do you ask
say-
it?
permisi, ada ini. For the first time I asked for the tolak angin. I said tolak angin. They did not understand. And I was like, did I say it correctly? I went through Instagram, I mean Google Translate, tolak angin.
It is right. Tolak angin kan? Benar.
Hey,
Yeah,
They
right.
just, I feel like they're just trolling you.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Wait. Well, okay, from you speak Bahasa Indonesia very
Yes,
clearly.
yes.
What kind of accent does he have? If he try again, speak.
Yeah,
pakai
like
Bahasa Indonesia
kalau
sebentar.
saya omong sama kamu
You because you use, it's not the accent, it's the words that you use.
Ah.
It's too formal,
Formal,
too
okay.
baku.
Oh, okay, okay,
Right?
okay.
Like people, I feel like no one in their daily life say saya
Oh, okay.
or like
yeah, yeah.
anda.
Anda, yeah.
And in Jakarta, there's part of Indonesian that they use aku kamu, but like when it comes to Jakarta,
Yeah.
Is it gua?
gua lu or like in the mindset of Jakarta, the aku kamu is specifically for like lovers.
Okay, I tried.
What?
Gue lu.
Since when? Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I tried, but it doesn't suit me. Gue lu.
I use aku kamu all the time.
Yeah, it's
Is that for lovers only?
Yeah, it's so nice. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, right,
You
I use aku
It
kamu.
sounds so nice. I love
What?
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's term of like endearing, like in German, like
Well,
aku kamu.
maybe we're just nice.
Ah,
we're just
okay,
nice
yeah,
people.
gentleman.
There you go.
Yeah,
Exactly,
gentleman,
yeah.
yes.
We don't say like gue or lu.
No, no, no.
because we're-
No
we're
one
just say
100%
aku kamu.
nice in this world.
Okay. Yeah, but I love it. I love every step of this journey. But still, I receive people say, "Oh, you don't look like Bule," or "Where are you from?" When I say I'm from Afghanistan, "Oh, you don't look like Afghanistan." And I'm like, "Okay, you don't agree with I look like Bule," and then when I say I'm from Afghanistan, you don't agree with I look like an Afghan.
You should ask
So
them
who-
like, what do you think Afghanistan people look like?
Yes.
I don't think they've seen what
Yeah,
an Afghanistan person looks like.
what's the idea of those kind of people say you don't look like an Afghan? Okay, what does an Afghan look like?
That's
yeah,
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's also like the mindset of people, the kind of like the media.
Yes,
Like
media.
film, movie.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
When they say like, oh, from Middle East, they dress
with the
certain
beard,
way.
yeah,
The way they
you know?
dress and
Okay,
everything,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
maybe.
yes.
So what do people mistake you for usually?
Chile.
Chile?
Okay.
Yes, Italy for my massage maybe.
Okay,
yeah,
Italian.
they say, "Are you from?" And yeah, both this country a lot.
Yeah,
Almost,
you do look like Southern
Yes,
American,
yes, yes, yes.
like Latino.
Latino, yes, yeah,
maybe.
Latino, yes.
But the accent is also kind of interesting, honestly.
Yeah.
The accent, I don't know where to place it. I don't know how to place it, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know how did it come. My English accent.
Right.
I did study in Afghanistan.
Okay.
My English courses. Then I came here.
All right.
I had this accent.
Have you lived somewhere before you moved to Indonesia?
No.
Oh, so just Afghanistan.
Oh, just
and
Afghanistan and Indonesia.
Only, yeah, I would say only this country I began my speaking English like journey.
Okay.
Is the only country I began. Back then I studied like for some times, but then I never had this opportunity to practice my English with people.
Okay.
Came to Indonesia with high expectation. I'm going to practice every day English. And,
Which part of Indonesia that you moved to? Like
Bandung.
just Bandung?
Bandung,
Bandung?
yes.
Does Bandung
I
have a
live
lot
in
of food?
Bandung, of course. Even Jakarta surprised me actually. I was
Really?
sort of culture shocked.
Yeah.
Okay, because I received a scholarship from Indonesian government, and they had this sort of regulation and rules that I must speak English. I must have this degree of English, and I had, and I got this scholarship. I came to Indonesia. I was surprised that it was really hard to practice. I mean, not practice, but communicate with people.
Okay.
Even in Jakarta's airport, international airport. But people were very, very kind, very friendly. From the very first day, they tried to help me, because as an Afghan, coming to Indonesia is like
Very
impossible.
Okay.
It's impossible, yeah.
Is it hard? Is it difficult
To come here?
come here, or like to leave Afghanistan?
Afghanistan is easy to leave.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to
It's
go
hard
to
to
another
get here?
country.
Oh,
No,
it's hard to get
to
to
another
another
country.
It's easy to leave the country because the borders are close to. I mean, we have border with Iran and
Yeah.
Tajikistan and
Yeah.
other countries, so we can just leave with a passport, with a visa, and all the sort of stuff.
Okay.
But it's hard to get to another country. That's why I stayed in immigration office for 5 hours.
Just
5
used to-
hours.
Only they want to check if my passport, my visa, and everything is valid.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And then Cavity
5
search
hours,
everything.
and still there was one Indonesian. We were in the same airplane. He was very kind. He stood there. He waited for me for 5 hours.
Really?
Wow.
He just
Wait,
did.
for what?
He wanted to make sure I don't have any problem.
That's-
Wait, just a random
Yes, a
passenger?
random dude we met and on the airplane. He was very kind. I was like, dude, you don't need to. No, I'm going to stay until you get out of this. I was like, wow.
Oh, that's
These
That's,
so
that's
nice.
the first day that I was like culture shocked. How kind and how a random person,
Are
a
you
stranger
still
person.
friends with him? Do you
But
still know him?
no, I don't. I have trust issue. I have trust
I mean, if
issue.
a
That's
person
strange.
did that,
That's strange.
right?
5 hours, somebody waits for you.
Yeah,
That's strange.
and then you-
What? Sort of like, why is he
What,
waiting for me?
what's on your mind? What
Yeah.
was on your mind when it happened? When that guy is
maybe
not
he
leaving?
wanted to take me
Rob?
somewhere. Yeah, maybe kidnap me. It's so
But am I
strange.
like-
It's so strange to go to a country and a stranger or a random person waits for you to help you get through immigration office. A boy or a man for me, because I come from a very strict culture. So like sort of hard to trust, and I did receive a lot of messages. Do not trust strangers in anywhere you go.
I guess like, yeah, strangers
No, but-
dangerous, but if the strangers
Imagine
help
you just-
you
yeah,
wait for
exactly.
5 hours.
5 hours. That's
Well,
way stranger.
There's two things that could have happened here. It's
Yeah.
either like you're right and there was a problem. Maybe he wanted to kidnap you,
Yeah.
or he was legitimately just a good guy.
A good guy.
And
very-
then like
very-
he got really sad that you just didn't care. Like, I
No.
waited 5 hours and this guy just left. What the?
No. I did say thank you, and he was very kind. But then, of course, he said, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm going to Bandung," and we had different routes. So back then, it wasn't really. I wasn't really thinking. Okay, I have to make friends with him. Yeah.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
that's so
yeah.
sad.
I mean, like, if you
I hope he
the one
wasn't.
who help him,
Yeah, I hope if you're
Say
watching.
something.
Yeah.
If I waited for 5 hours and the
You
guy
will-
just left, I am like, no, no.
I am not waiting for like not my monkey, not my circus. You
Yes,
know?
yes. For me, it was a strange, so that's why I have trust issue.
I have a friend that I just remembered it now. I have a friend that my friend group knows. My friend group knows her like really well. But then I remember we met her from a game.
Oh.
We played a game
Online. Okay.
and then out of nowhere, someone just asked, "Hey, you want to meet in real life?"
Okay.
And then she was like, "Yeah, sure." and then
easy.
in my head, I was like, "How
That girl has no survival instinct.
Yes, yes.
Here's the thing. She is a very nice person.
Okay.
Very, very nice person. Too nice
Yes.
is the problem, right?
It gets you problems. Yeah.
Gives you problem.
Yeah, yes.
But in her defense, we were also, we're okay. We're not gonna kidnap her.
Okay.
Luckily, she met us. But what if she didn't meet us?
Yes,
right?
yes. Somebody else would be.
Yeah.
Or,
Well, if she didn't meet you guys, she will not be there.
yeah,
I guess.
yes.
I guess,
Yes,
you know.
yes, yes.
Well, where did your trust issues come from, though?
I would say in Indonesia.
Indonesia?
Yeah,
I
because
thought
I
you said-
received a lot of before.
Oh, so you don't have these issues before
No,
you come
I
here?
didn't. Because
Okay.
back in my country, strangers wouldn't ask you to come to their house.
Okay,
yes.
okay, okay.
They wouldn't.
Fair,
They wouldn't.
fair.
They wouldn't just wait for you for 5 hours or.
Right, right.
Back before becoming a content creator, of course, going outside, people would want to talk to me, communicate, and out of nowhere, they invited me to their house. Wedding parties was strange, right? But then later I understand, okay, this is part of culture, this is how they're nice, and
Right.
I understand. Since since then, that's why I sort of now, I love it, and I do accept every DMs. You never know, who you're
So
gonna meet.
do you like this trust issue? Does it like come from maybe you got scammed?
Oh
or, like,
yes,
you
of
got,
course,
like-
of course. I've received a lot of scams, especially when I came to Indonesia for the first time. Was first month, so of course the language barrier, especially in Bandung.
Right.
I didn't know how to speak Indonesian, and people mostly doesn't speak English well. I did want to go somewhere. It was around 8 p.m. I was
Okay.
very hungry. I wanted to go to a specific spot to have dinner because that spot was about to close at 10. I asked the Angkor driver with the Google Map, do you know this? He said, yes, get in. I got there. I sat for 30 minutes, but Google didn't say 30 minutes, 10 minutes. He took me around Bandung. After 11, he dropped me back to where I got up. I got into.
And you haven't eat anything. You don't
It was
eat.
11 p.m., right?
And then what happened?
I was very angry. I paid 50,000 rupiah for that tour, at night tour.
Tour that you didn't ask
Didn't
for.
ask for, yes. He took me to Pasar. It was really crowded Pasar. Of course, there are Pasars Malam.
Yeah.
He took me there. That was the very first time I did scammed.
Okay.
And I ended up eating martabak.
That was
Yeah,
pretty good.
That was good though.
Yeah, 11 p.m. I wouldn't forget that one. So yeah, trust issue just came here.
But I think almost every country.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
like
must. You
that.
must. Of course,
Yeah.
you shouldn't. You shouldn't just say hello to.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you should. Nowadays, I say hello to every stranger, of course.
Yeah.
But for the sake of content, of course. Yes.
So you just started doing this content like 4 months ago.
Months ago. Literally
and
August.
does people already like recognize you on street?
A lot.
Even before you
Okay.
Very, very.
without
kind
your
people.
camera?
I go everywhere and they call me because they know I speak Sunda and Bandung is Sundanese land and they don't speak English. They say come kadia come here.
Oh.
We talk. Since then, like I go anywhere, they hello, I know you. So very kind people.
So,
Yeah.
mana bisa bahasa Sunda?
Tiasa tuh. Udah nuju diajar bahasa Sunda. Mane, it's so hard for me to. I speak. This Mane. Do you speak Sunda? Do you understand?
So I just
understand.
asked, do you speak Sundanese in
Okay.
Sundanese, right?
Ah,
But and okay, in Sunda language, they levelize it really.
They have like formal
Yes.
and like informal.
Okay.
So I think your Sundanese is like very
formal.
very
I speak
very halus.
Halus,
is
yes.
abdi.
Abdi Anjan. For you said Anjan. For
Okay.
myself, Abdi. Me, Abdi, Anjan. She said Mane you. It's
Mine is very rude.
rude
what's
one.
happening?
Yeah. Say, for me, it doesn't sweet on my tongue to say.
Mane aing.
I know it doesn't. Yeah. So I was surprised. Like she said Mane. I was like, oh, okay.
Keheto.
People are laughing. What does that mean?
I love this language. It's so nice. That's why I fell in love with this
Okay.
language because
Do-
I've been living in Bandung.
Do you want to learn Sundanese?
No, I'm okay. I feel like I'm more bullet than he is.
Yeah, but I speak 7 languages. What?
What? What's the languages?
Because my language, in my country, we have 2 national languages.
Okay.
Farsi is my mother language, Farsi.
Right.
Second language, which is national language as well in Afghanistan, Pashto. Pashto. I understand Pashto. I've been speaking a little bit, but since I'm here, I don't use it. So the 2 national language I speak. My third, which is daily language, is English. I speak English, and then Indonesian, the 4th one. And
Okay.
now I'm learning Sundanese, which is
that's
5th.
5, yeah.
I love Indian movies, Indian songs. I understand
movie.
Indian.
So you
Oh
speak,
my God.
you're learning Hindi or
No,
Punjabi?
I understand. No,
Oh, you
Hindi,
just-
Hindi.
Hindi.
I understand Hindi. I don't because for language you must practice. If not,
Yes.
else yeah, you don't. So I do understand Hindi movies, Indian songs, but I do not speak it.
Okay.
Then before coming here, I studied German for 2 levels. Ich spreche Deutsch auch. Yeah, aber jetzt I forgot. But now I forgot. Yeah, so.
Because like when you learn new language, you need to
Yeah.
talk. You need to have someone to talk.
Exactly.
So to like practice. Like I
Yes.
speak Chinese,
Okay.
but then like because I lived in Taiwan before.
Nice.
I speak Chinese, but then like when I moved back to Indonesia,
You forgot.
I don't have someone to
But-
talk
but
to
you
me
can-
in
you can still
Chinese.
understand.
I still understand, but then like I talk to my granddad and my mom, and then they just trying to gauge my Chinese again,
Okay.
and they were like, "Why is your Chinese getting worse?" And I was like,
Yes.
"Because no one's talking to me in
It's
Chinese."
I'm like the only one that can speak only one language. This is
Okay.
horrible.
You speak two.
1.5.
Indonesian. Yeah, Indonesian.
1.5
Don't
languages.
sell yourself short.
I got English and a
And
tiny bit of
Indonesian.
Bahasa Indonesia.
Yeah.
But what's your main language?
For now,
Yeah.
English.
English.
So
I always spoke English. A lot of criticized I received back then before becoming a content creator. They were saying, "Why do you speak English?"
Okay.
And I was like, "Maybe I'm not gonna live here forever."
okay, maybe that's
That's also kind of like mindset of some Indonesian people here.
Okay.
They have that like mindset. Oh, you live in Indonesia. Why are you talking in English?
Yeah,
Why are you speaking in English?
Yes.
And in my opinion, I was it's 2026.
And you're gonna need it
You
wherever
know,
you go.
Yeah.
it's like globalization.
Yes.
Until when that your mind saying like, oh, it's useless learning. No, it's never useless learning
Yeah.
languages or like learning something.
Exactly.
I kind of agree with that, but it's more like I don't care if someone speaks in English, but if you live in Indo, you might as well try to like learn Bahasa.
That's
what I mean?
But that's different though. The cases is like for like let's say foreigners who live in Indonesia. It's like years and then refuse to learn Indonesian.
Yeah, see that I don't
That's
like.
like,
I don't like
what
that.
are you doing?
Yes,
You
exactly.
know?
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people. They have been like all their lives, but they're not able to speak Indonesian. I'm like,
Yeah,
at
see,
least,
that's weird.
Yeah.
at least you could have learned something.
And
right?
it's like daily conversation.
Yeah.
to solve your problems
Yeah, to
outside.
solve your
yes,
problems,
yes.
just to like go
To
out, get
out-
groceries. How are you gonna speak? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because like unfortunately these people are like been here like 20, 30 years.
Hello.
And they have Indonesian wife and
Yeah,
kids,
they
but they
don't speak-
refuse speaking Indonesian.
Yeah, that's.
What's
Not-
your problem?
Not
Yeah.
only do they refuse, they also just can't.
Yeah.
It's like they don't learn it.
They
at
don't
all.
want to. Maybe
Yeah.
they don't want to take that effort and waste.
It's
their
also
time.
because they also think like I
What's the
will
use?
get like assistant or like somewhere to
Yeah,
do my
no.
thing.
Okay.
Why should I? And I was like,
Rich people. Yes, rich people.
don't talk my language, you know,
Yes, yes.
something
But
like
still, I don't know. I never understand that one.
No,
What
I
language-
love learning languages.
Languages
Especially
are
Indonesian
interesting.
wasn't really hard for me to
So-
learn.
So what do you think in then?
Okay, yes. I think English.
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 Oh,
And every
interesting.
time I think English and I speak in Indonesian, they say that's wrong. I speak like, okay, I think English and then I speak Indonesian.
Okay.
They say that's wrong. You're supposed to say this.
because the grammar
Yeah, the grammar's
is like
very
the
weird.
other way
Yes.
around.
So
Yeah.
I've received a lot of that. They say, yeah, Indonesian is wrong.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, okay, because I think English, yeah.
So what are you thinking?
English.
English
Okay.
too.
English.
Really? I'm
Yeah.
kind of
Thinking-
surprised about that.
I'm thinking in English. I dream in English, which
Okay.
is weird.
Yes.
So this is the okay. I can lucid dream a lot. I lucid dream a lot sometimes, and I also will know if I'm in a dream or not. So they're like, if I see two buildings, different building, it's kind of like one is gonna be a good dream. If I see another building, it's gonna be a bad dream. There's another thing. If in my dream I'm speaking in Chinese,
That's
Something horrible is gonna
it's
happen.
gonna be nightmare.
speaking Chinese in your dream,
No,
yeah.
I always think in English. I don't know. I
Yeah.
can't. About that, some of my friends who was trying to learn another language, they're using AI to talk to them.
Okay, no.
I don't know. I
That's
think
a
that
bad
might.
idea. I would
That's
say.
a bad idea.
That's a bad idea.
AI it's not a good learning tool.
No, like not as a learning, as like conversation.
Okay, just kind of like
To talk
talk
to.
it,
Like
to talk.
like you're talking like your girlfriend with your girlfriend.
No,
Hello?
no. Like texting and everything, or like even
Okay,
talking.
yeah.
So the way they do it is because they need to have someone to talk to,
Fair.
right? And they don't have someone that speaks that
Okay,
language.
yes.
They use
yes.
this AI,
Yeah, correct.
and then they put it to like, let's say German.
Ah,
So the AI talks in German, they respond in German.
okay.
That's how they
for-
learn it.
Learning conversation that could also work
Yeah.
for like to just kind of like maybe pronunciation
Yes.
and all
For
that.
grammar, grammar and all the stuff. No, for me, even Sunda,
Mm-hmm.
4 months ago I began. I did it with strangers. I
You
just go with strangers. I go
Alright.
to a stranger and I'm saying, "Hi, do you speak Sunda or are you Sunda?" And they say, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Can you teach me something?" It was my first Sundanese word that I learned was rawos. Rawos is delicious.
Okay.
Delicious. I did learn Rawos. Of course, I knew Hatur Nuhun and Sami Sami. Of course, that's very important. Where you say it when you buy something, you say Hatur Nuhun.
I love how you have trust issues, but then
But
you
then
just
just like go
up
to
random
talk to
people.
strangers.
yes.
Hey, he said he have trust issue, not social anxiety.
Correct. Yeah, but I don't. When I talk to them, it's only for 1 minute, 2 minutes. I don't ask their numbers. I don't say let's go hang out.
do you develop different personality to like different language? Because it happened.
yeah.
It
Yeah,
happened.
yeah,
Your
yeah.
personality changed based on the
the
language.
That's true.
Yes.
I'm a lot more timid when
Okay.
when I speak in Bahasa Indonesia.
I felt what you said. I felt every language I speak, I have different personality.
Personality.
Oh yeah.
I have different mindset.
How are you in English?
In English, I kinda because I practice it. I would say I'm very calm
Right.
in English. Probably friendly.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the
Well,
one that you mean? then?
I guess
Farsi.
no.
Horrible.
In Indonesian, I feel like I'm very mean. When I
Really?
speak Indonesian, even when I look at myself and when I edit stuff, I'm like, why do I look so mad?
mean?
Yeah, why do I look so mean?
I guess it's
Why-
also like because different country, different language, they have their own
Tone.
tone.
Yeah.
Yes.
They have their own like kind of like, is it like a direct communication or is this kind of
Yeah,
like
true.
like not really direct conversation?
Makes sense, okay, yeah.
Maybe.
I did. Kind of shocked. People were like, "Let's go here tomorrow or the next week," and the day came and they never showed up.
Besok can mean
Oh
whenever.
yeah, later.
Yeah,
There's
for
like a
us it
community
means
or
that's
whatever.
it. We're gonna
Besok can mean tomorrow, the next day, next month, next
You never
year.
know. Yeah,
You
you
gotta
never know.
make sure
Yes,
about that.
yes.
Because I say it too.
Okay, we
I'm
do
at
it
the point-
tomorrow.
Because some part of me is like full English, some part of me still obviously Indonesian.
Indonesian.
If I say, hey, let's hang out tomorrow, I do not mean
It
tomorrow.
doesn't mean. But for me, yeah, I got really disappointed many times because they were okay. I came from a country and they wanted to meet me. They wanted to know more. They were texting me, hey, let's go hang out tomorrow. Okay, I'm ready. The next day, they never showed up, and I'm like, are you?
You know something funny?
Yeah.
If I say to someone, hey, let's hang out tomorrow, and then but not like that. That one is kind of makes sense.
Uh-huh.
But if I say like, hey, tomorrow let's hang out, besok atau apa.
Never
If I say it
happens.
like that,
Uh-huh.
and then they legitimately text me, hey, where are you? Let's hang out. I get mad.
Oh, okay.
I'm like,
okay.
oh my
Why?
God.
Oh, why did you take me serious?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm like, me saying besok does not mean
That-
tomorrow.
Because that's another thing Indonesia used to do. Basa-basi.
yeah,
Just kind of
kinda.
like as a like politeness, like a courtesy.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
let's
yeah.
hang out. I don't want to hang out.
I don't
Just
hang out with
saying
you.
yes. Okay.
You know,
yeah,
just
Yeah,
like
true.
saying it, like I don't like, yeah, let's hang out tomorrow.
I
Yeah.
I usually mean what I say when it comes to those things, but I will be honest. There's like some people when I say, "Hey, let's hang out," I don't mean that. I don't want to hang out.
Oh,
with them.
100%.
Okay.
I'm
100%.
just saying that to be nice. I'm like, hey,
No,
yeah, hang out.
I receive a lot. They say let's come to this place. I definitely go.
And
Like-
and then these people are people that you don't know.
No, they're all followers.
Okay, well then,
They're all followers, and since then I become content creator. I have to trust people. I have to trust
That's how you
people.
get killed.
yeah,
Yeah, I
know.
know. That's how I came here. I received, I traveled all the way from Bandung. Bandung is a beautiful city, but then coming to a strange, this city is so big. This city is so huge. You get lost anywhere you want to. But Bandung, I kind of feel like it's home. I do understand where I'm going. Even if I get lost without my phone, I still can get home back.
I love his trust issues because it's like kind of pick and choose.
Oh, okay.
Cherry picking.
You're
Cherry picking.
what you trust and not.
Yes, yes.
Because you're like, if someone random asks you, hey, let's hang out in this place, you'll go.
Yes.
But
It's
then,
like, let's go.
yeah, let's go. But then someone waits for you for 5
5
hours.
hours.
Yeah,
And then you're just like, no, screw this
Yeah,
guy.
You'll be
I
like,
guess, yeah.
what is your intention with me?
Yeah, I guess it's because maybe I have to trust the gut. The gut. If I feel like he is right, sometimes it might get me killed, but yeah.
Hey, you only live once.
Once, you must trust everybody. Actually, I've never had this thing to go to a stadium, watch a football match. That's how I got a message from a person. He invited me out of nowhere. Do you want to come? We watch a football match. I was like, yeah, let's go. I did go and ended up loving it. Yeah.
What the?
I know, right? Yeah, it's
Where
crazy.
does the trust issues like? Where's the line? I'm so confused.
Yes, I guess.
I
I don't know
and when
more.
when it comes to work, when it comes to like deals.
What about? All right, let's say a girl.
Very.
very trusting.
No.
I am all the way in. I am. Like,
Okay.
someone texts me, I'm like, I'm in. Let's go.
No.
That's a joke.
Yeah. For.
have you ever have someone like some girl slide in your DM?
Yeah.
I receive a lot. They say hi, hi, how are you? And I say it. I do my best to answer every DMs. Yeah, but I keep the boundaries between a follower and yeah, but no, definitely. I've never.
Have you ever like? Is there any like one? Maybe like one. So you just got to the like talking stage, and it's like let's move to WhatsApp.
No.
or something like that. No?
Still the trust issue.
I
Still the
love
trust issue.
how like some random guy can be like, hey, you want to watch some football?
Football, yeah,
And you're
let's
like,
go.
I'm down. But then a girl texts
Let's
you.
go on a date.
Let's go on a date. You're like, I don't trust you.
No, yeah. No, I haven't that gut doesn't come yet to answer and meet another girl or meet another follower that is another gender. For a man, yeah, what can happen?
A lot of things can happen. A lot of things can happen.
You can your kidneys can be
Yes,
gone.
that's it. But for ladies, I don't know. I'm afraid maybe that's his boyfriend or that's his father. You know, people nowadays they use
AI
different
or something,
different
yeah,
profiles.
that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, that's more of like you should not trust people if they say like, "Hey, let's watch football."
It's like, there's a difference.
There's another point of view that I have since I came from Afghanistan, and I look a little bit of bule, of course, not with the hair blonde. So ladies were back then, before becoming a content creator, they were interested, and so they were inviting me to cafe and somewhere.
Yes.
I would go, but at the end they were asking, "Do you have a car? Do you have a house?" I'm like, "Okay, hey, I'm a bule. You think I'm rich here? I just
Wow.
moved and I bought a house, I bought a car, and no, I don't have." And they never showed up again. They never showed up.
Or,
That's
or
why.
maybe they're concerned about you. So like, do you have a house? Or are you sleeping on the street?
Yeah.
And then when they found out you are sleeping on the street, they leave.
Yeah. So not only with the girls, I did have this kind of experience. So I had a lot of bules, which literally they were blonde. We went to a bar, or we
Right.
went to a cafe. People were really welcomed and all the stuff. But when they found out that I'm from Afghanistan, they turned. They were like, "Okay, are you from
Really?
Afghanistan?" Yeah. They were sort of everything changed. Every perspective that they were having from a human being, and then turned to Afghanistan, they were like, "Okay, yeah, I understand the concern that they had. Maybe they thought something else, or because of the media that they saw, and yeah."
Are you? Do you feel like angry or like upset,
No.
disappointed?
But I felt responsible to show the reality. What we have is not always the beardo guy,
Okay.
the turban. Yeah, no. Yeah, actually, I had this kind of weird. We were a bunch of us in a sort of program where we had to introduce ourselves. We were standing on the stage, and I was the last one. And when I say I'm from Afghanistan, I heard "woo." I was like, "Where?"
Woo or boo? Those are two.
Ooh, like,
Oh.
yeah, they were shocked.
That-
Oh, I
Really?
thought they were cheering you like,
No, no, they were shocked.
No,
Ah,
they were booing. Boo!
no, not booing, not booing, but they were
Pick
like,
a better
"Woo."
country.
Yeah,
I love how they have to audibly say that.
yeah.
They can't be like, oh. They have to like, whoa.
Oh,
It's, I guess it's also because of the stigma that Afghanistan is a conflict. You know,
Yes.
it's a lot of war, a lot
Only
of
media,
conflict.
bad image. Actually, I was surprised as well when I searched, because I was why people things like that.
Yeah.
When I searched on Google, only things came up was bad
Like-
things.
Yeah.
Only came.
It's the media.
I
Yes,
mean,
yes.
people
Maybe next time you should just say like I am Indonesian.
have,
Wow. Okay, I want to be an Indonesian soon.
Oh, you want to
I hope.
they just lie.
is that convert?
No, I think it's just, moving.
Moving like
Naturalizing. I guess.
Naturalize, not
Naturalizing. Yes.
convert.
Naturalizing. Indonesian neutralizes. They say neutralization.
naturalization.
Yes.
You-
Whatever, you're gonna become
Yeah.
Indonesian.
I hope so. I hope so. That's.
Can that happen?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Huh?
I think you need to live here for like
For more than 5
10
years.
years
More-
ish.
Really?
Yeah, 5 years in a row or 10
Yeah.
years. So yeah.
So let's say I go to like Japan. That means in 5 years I'll be Japanese.
It depends,
on
the
which
country.
Yeah.
Okay.
Depends on the
if you
country.
study abroad, like some other European countries, once you
Yeah.
graduate, they give you. Yeah, congratulations, you're
Like a citizenship.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
So like in Taiwan, I feel I don't know if the law changed or not, but in Taiwan, you have to live there for like 5 year ish, like
Okay.
Really?
constantly.
Same.
And like they have citizenship questionnaire.
Yes. For me, they say if you want to have Indonesian, you must leave, lose yours. So going back to Afghanistan, I have to have visa.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
weird,
And
right?
it's hard to get Afghanistan
nobody
visa.
can get a visa for Afghanistan.
What if you get married in Indonesia? Does that mean
Find
Um,
awet Sunda.
do you also
Awet
lose?
Sunda.
Gliss.
Do you also lose your citizenship from Afghanistan then if you get married?
I
right?
bet every situation you will lose.
Really?
Yeah, there's only one. You have to choose only one.
Yeah.
I've heard that one.
I mean, like, even with marriage, let's say you met like some awewe Sunda, yeah,
Gliss,
and
gliss.
What does awewe mean?
it's girls, like Sundanese
Ladies,
girls,
yes.
ladies, and like you marry them, and you only have like not permanent residence, but it's still like residency.
Yes,
It's not like
yes.
nationality.
Nationality,
change.
yes. No, I would love to have Indonesian. Yeah, why not? I don't even want to go back. I don't have anybody else actually back there. Since Taliban came, my mother moved to Iran with my sister
Okay.
because ladies are not allowed to go to school.
Yeah,
In-
it's
in
Taliban's
Afghanistan.
law.
After 6th grade, they're not allowed to go to the school. They're not allowed to go to office, mixed work in one office. So yeah, I would love to be Indonesian. I would prefer leaving my.
So your whole family is in Iran now.
Yeah, only brother, the youngest one, is living in Afghanistan.
Why choose Indonesia actually?
Me,
Yeah.
I got a scholarship.
Oh,
yeah.
from where? Which uni?
Indonesian government gave me a scholarship when I was back in Afghanistan. I received a 1-year program for learning language and culture. And that was like the beginning of a journey that's I never imagined I'm going to stay here longer.
Oh.
And since then I live here and I love it. Maybe soon I will apply for Indonesian citizenship.
will you?
Hopefully, yeah.
Okay.
So no, I love how people supported me through my content creation journey, and even before become a content creator, they were very nice, very kind. Never had any problem actually. Never
Not
had.
yet. You've only been
Okay.
doing content creation for like 4 months.
This is a
Okay,
very
yeah,
a very
yeah.
different podcast. Huh?
Yes.
Usually people come in here with a problem.
problem.
and, like, we try to give solution or something,
yes.
but you don't have any.
No, I
No,
don't
so
have.
create one. Let's
Okay,
go. Let's
okay.
go. Let's say if you're not, well, I hope you are successful as a content creator.
you.
But what if you're not? Are you still gonna stay here
Oh,
in
sure, yeah.
Indonesia?
Oh, wow.
Because like, there's no reason to,
Yeah,
you know.
You get
Yes,
a job,
yes.
or if you just really
Yes.
like the place.
Yes. Even if I didn't begin this one, the content creation journey, I would have definitely stayed here. I would have definitely lived here.
It's not the Taliban. It's fine.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I do have such a thing. In Indonesia?
They found him.
Yes.
Transition.
No. With
transition.
the sound, southern sounds. Of course, I'm from Afghanistan, and we
Yeah.
have heard a lot of sort of weird sounds. And sometimes when it happens, I'm like, but Indonesian feels like nothing.
No, nothing.
I like how
We are a peaceful country.
Yeah.
I had more of a reaction than he did. That was
Yeah.
crazy. Anyways, thank you for coming here. This is the bill.
Really, I haven't even finished my drink yet.
No,
this
you
is the
can't.
bill, yeah, you know. It's
Dude.
2 million.
Is it because I'm bule?
Oh, yeah, there's a bullet charge
Yes.
there too. Yeah,
Yeah, I always
Yes.
get this overpriced. Understand.
Independent business, you know.
All right, yeah, I got you. Bule price.
Yeah,
okay,
you can just send us the money later, 100%.
definitely.
Venmo, PayPal, everything. We accept everything. Your firstborn child, it's fine.
Yeah, it can be anything really.
Yeah.
The bar is closing, so get out of here.
I supposed to finish.
No,
Dude.
this one's
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Let's go.
Go.
All right.
Leave.
Thank you. Bye.
Unproblematic.
Yeah, I know. It's horrible.
Sweet.